Oh, and there we are. Hello, hello. Only two chat rules. Please, please. Be over the age of 17 and please be kind to one another. Hello, hello. Let's see, let me pop out the chat. These always start the same way. I pop out the chat. I minimize the window. I talk myself through it so that I don't screw it up. And then about half the time, I screw it up anyway. Good morning, Robin. Or afternoon, as the case may be. How is everybody? Hello, Daryl Lynn. Can everybody hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Hello, Susan. Oh, yay. Our pirate champion. How are you, my dear? I loved that they were able to do that. Like right there. How scary was it to be awake, though? Oh, my goodness. For those who might be watching, Susan had eye surgery and they hopefully, fingers crossed, prayers spoken and ongoing, that they have saved her eyesight. So you know, I know you don't know yet, but I'm asking the powers, because it's so important, Susan. I know, and I know you're sore. I'll bet you are. And hopefully they gave you something for that that's like non-addictive or anything like that. Uh-oh. Barb Owen wants me to know she's posted a new video. Anyway, how is everybody? And what is up? I see people flocking in. Hello, Barb Zinger. Hello. Happy Sunday to all. To all, to all, to all. Let me straighten myself around here so that I actually look combobulated instead of discombobulated. And yes, I am going to continue on this. And no, and it's your birthday too. Oh my goodness. Wait, and it's your, oh, that's so cool. Well, happy birthday then. Uh, Wait a second. Hello, Jill. We haven't seen you in a while. And hello, Kathy and Leah and all of the folks pouring in. Hello, Edna. And let's see, wow. You guys are just amazing. Thank you all for choosing to spend a little time with me here on Sunday. It is, once again, it's been a week. It's been a week for a political junkie. It has been a week. Amazing week it has been. Corolla, hello. Honey, I did see your text. I just wanted to let you know that. I apologize to you that I have not yet responded. I will, though. I will. And I'm glad that you're staying on top of things like that. On the other hand, do what they tell you. and so, you know, it's just been, wait, you said the storm? Oh my goodness. Oh, you said, no, you're not talking to me. Barb, are you talking to me? And everybody, if Susan's if Susan's writing is a little off, please know she's trying to do it with one eye. And so just read the typos. We all read typos. So Susan, just keep writing. and we will keep interpreting. Um, and oh wow, okay, all right. Well, I haven't seen anything yet. Is it trackable? Yeah, exactly. We all read typo fluently. Thank you, Kathy Nichols. um, okay, well, I know the mails have been a little bit slow. Speaking of which, I finally filled out my because I got it. Um, I got it. I finally filled out my ballot and got a witness and everything, and so I'm going to hand walk it to the post office during business hours and hand it in over the desk with pictures and videos and everything, so they know they got it. I was going to take it all the way to the voter's office, but it's like, that's a trip to downtown, and I just don't want to go there. And so anyway, how is everybody? Is everybody having a good week? And I will thank you, Barbara. I don't know what it is, but I will be on the lookout for it. And thank you for letting me know. And again, I am assuming that you're talking to me. If you got to put it in caps if you're talking to me, Barbara. Okay, let's talk about Colin here. Good choice, Christine. For walking the thing to the I just want to make sure that it's not in a that it didn't end up in heaven forbid. I wanted to make sure it didn't end up in the hands of a mail carrier from the other side. You know what I mean? And hello, Risa. How are you? Isn't that awful? Isn't that an awful thing to have to think? I mean, it's just I just don't get it. It's like we see monsters around every corner now. But I don't know. Is that the world we're living in? I sure the heck hope not. I don't want to see monsters. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's bring up some camera controls so that we might have a clue as to where are my camera controls? Oh, there they are. If they were a snake, they might have jumped out and bit me. Let's see. Let's go to advanced. And let's turn out that auto white balance and warm this baby up because I don't like looking dead. And we'll take the autofocus off. Oh, that'll be nice. There we go. And I'm just really, really glad, Susan, that they were able to do it. Like I've said, it's, it wasn't that long ago before, that they would say, look at somebody with a detached retina and say, there is nothing we can do. You're going to be blind, period. But now we can fix these things and send you home the same darn day. It's just amazing. Nanamo, hello, my dear. Fresh from weeks with the grands. How are you? How are you? Is Allie in school now at uni? I believe that Nanamo's oldest granddaughter is just started university, and that's got to be pretty scary in the days of COVID and all that kind of good stuff. And see how warmly you are welcomed, Nana. Okay, so I have done absolutely nothing on this. all week long. Between, of course, all of the Emily. Emily, welcome, my dear. It is lovely to see you at one of my streams. And thank you for choosing to be here. And for those of you who don't know Emily Illustrator, she does live streams and is an absolutely stunning colorist and artist. And welcome, welcome. And please do, everybody, investigate her channel. And if somebody, when somebody, well, actually, I will put in a link. How about that? Or one of my mods who does links comes in, I will have them put it in. I don't know if Nanimo will do it or not. Louise, hello, lurking at the moment, cooking chicken. Of course, it's Sunday. Louise is always cooking chicken on Sunday. I want to come live at Louise's house. Settling well, studying psychology. Okay, this is Allie. She's studying psychology, criminal psychology, and has a great group in her flat on campus. Oh, that is so cool. So, ooh, boy, that's a heck of a living. Getting to examine the criminals. Ooh. And it's got to be very, very interesting too to find out what makes their little brains tick. Chicken licking house here, exactly. Hey, I'm a Sunday chicken girl myself. When I was a kid, I used to visit with my dad every other weekend, and so that always meant dinner with grandma on Sunday before he would then take me home, later. And so we had a lot of Sunday chicken. All right, let's work on our focus just a little bit. All right, so the ongoing story here. Where did we leave our intrepid folks? We've got our balladeer singing our ballads here, and our couple who are thinking about being attracted to our girl in the window and then getting married later on the island in the sun. So now we need to figure out what's going on here. I never did add any additional detail on this building here, but we will eventually get there. What I want to concentrate on today is this section here and this tower. Okay, so let's zoom down and see what we can see. Ooh. And how about actually that looks, let me know if that looks okay for focus. Well, hello, Shara. Lovely to see you, my dear. And Shara, do you know how to do a link? And if so, would you put a link to Emily Illustrator's channel in? And I am so enamored of this book. I cannot tell you how much I love this book. All right, I have my pan pastels, or my pan pastels. I did practice a little bit with pan pastels this week. Trust me, it was a disaster. We won't be showing you that. All right, these are the pan set of the Derwent Inktense. In addition, of course, I do have the full set of pencils, which we can draw from all of the colors. One of the things I did want to show you, though, is that with just a set of 12 colors, thank you, Shara. Thank you very much. And there you go. Okay, so with just a set of 12 colors, these are basic, yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, different blue, actually different purple. This is wine, I think. I'd have to actually look at my swatches. couple of green or 3 greens and browns and blacks, you can literally make every color that you see here. You just have to know a little bit about color mixing. And even if you don't know anything about it, study-wise, you never studied it, here's how you find out about color mixing. You take a color, right? You put it down, you mix another color with it, and you see what happens. That is the easiest, to me, way of learning about color mixture. All right, so that's red, right? So if I want to take that red and get my little cloth here, and ooh boy, hang on one second. I am not prepared. Oh no, I need my little jar of empty water. Hang on, little empty jar of water. Going for the third time is the charm. The empty jar full of water. Because red is a strong color, so you're going to want to actually squeeze your brush and wash that out just a little bit, so you're not contaminating your other colors. So now let's add a little brown and see what happens. So we end up with sort of a more brownish type red. And I don't know if I can, oh, there we go. And get that. Now, if you want to warm that color up just a tiny bit, let's add, and see what I mean about your colors. Let's add a little bit of yellow. And what do we end up with? We end up with a nice sort of rusty brown, which is exactly the color that I want for, let's see here. Let's try it for this book right up here. Okay. Now we are going to put different color bindings on that. And these appear to be by the same publisher. Whoops. Now I think I do need to adjust the focus just a tad. There we go. I've got this practically down on top of my work, so and I just love the way that this paper in this book, well, any paper really, acts with a water brush. Like I say, I've never destroyed paper with a water brush. All right, so those two are similarly bound. They have similar looking titles, so I'm making them volumes by the same company. And this one is down here as well. And I've got a little hair. Now I am, you'll find with, especially the, when you're mixing your own colors like this, you'll find that you can get a little bit of splotchiness, and you can just tap it out. Just like that, and it gives it just a little bit of texture No, no scrubbing. Nanimo, still no scrubbing. Your dog Luna is still jealous of me. She just crawled. Aww. Um, well, Nana, keep trying. Keep trying. You just end up with mud or poop colors. Excuse me. You just have to keep practicing with it. Here's the deal. You cannot mix colors that are like, if you mix orange and turquoise, you're going to end up with a brown, even though those are complementary colors. So do not mix your complementary colors together. But like if you want to make wine, a wine color, you use red and blue, right? You're going to make a wine color because it's going to be like a purple. But how wine colored it is, depends upon how much red to how much blue ratio. So you can't mix those 50-50. You've got to, be subtle with it, mix a tiny bit, see how that works, and, then sort of go from there. All right, so now let's take a little of this lovely blue-green. Ooh, and that is a nice blue-green, isn't it? But we're gonna, let's see what happens if we mix orange with it. I actually have no idea. Oh, except that it does make this sort of, well, can you actually, oh, hang on. It's me. I've got my camera. I've got my camera controls in the way. Duh. Okay. So you see how it makes that pretty leaf green? The Ruby Charm swatch book. 27 main brands of pencils, pre-printed. Yes. And I tell you what, all of those Ruby Charms books are fantastic. I so admire that she thought to do that. Okay, so now let's color this book back here, this lovely sort of pea green or leaf green. So what was that? That was the blue-green. So we know that blue and yellow and a little bit of red, because of course orange is red and yellow. Your primary colors you're going to end up with various shades of this sort of pea green. So we can maybe make this book pea green. Now I'm going to let, since Colin did all this lovely shading, that is exactly what I'm going to take advantage of. So when you're coloring in these books using a water medium, you're not really going to have to worry about subtle shadings or anything like that. Now this one has a plate on it, whereas this one was just titled directly. So let's pick a different color. All right, so what is complementary to greens? They are reds normally, but I want this to be a nice wine color. So here's a purple. So you've already got your purple. Oh, is that purple? No, that's not purple. That's brown. Sorry. I lead you astray. Don't come astray with me. Don't believe it when I say that. Okay. This, I believe, is purple up here. I'm sort of running out of clean spaces. All right, so there's purple. That is a clean space, by the way. It's just stained with color. And I think I want to lean that a little more to the red side and see if I can't get a nice sort of magenta shade. Not going to worry over much about the fact that I went a little bit into the title on that. And when you're tapping, be sure to tap straight down and not, you're not rubbing it, you're smearing it. And so that's the magenta. Let's see, let's try that in one other book, maybe. Let's see, maybe this one down here. It's hard to, I'm operating at a deficit here. I've got, between the camera being pretty much in front of my face, I've got a glare coming off my light. Okay. So now we'll just tap that. Okay, so now we've got some books. This one could be, let's see. That one could be a boring little book of Saddle Brown, but I don't think so. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our British Racing Green. I love this. Yeah, the green is good. Let's take that off. Let's try adding a little bit of this lighter green. See if we can't sort of, yeah, right about there. Trying to get as much of it off the brush as possible because this isn't a very big space. So we'll make that one green. So you see, I've mixed all of these different colors, and none of which are truly in here as straight colors. And yet they're all mixed right from here. So you do not have to have, far be it from me, guys, far be it from me to say something like you don't need full sets. Of course you need full sets. We all need full sets. And this is hiding behind a tree. So I get to make the choice that this is going to be a very big, very wide dictionary type book up here. Well, except for that. Except for that space between the trunk and the book. Okay, so that's just two green books. That means I'm going to have to choose an interesting fall color. Fall colors. Sorry, I didn't realize I was quite so far off the set. Well, yes, but you don't have to. This is what I'm trying to convey. Inktense is a fairly expensive medium to buy. Not everybody can afford it. Once again, struggling artist making a living, I am always looking for ways to save a buck. And so knowing that you don't have to have a full set of anything, I want this one down here to be blue. So, I guess I always try and make the point that that the skill isn't in the medium. It's in the people using it. And so many of us, and I've seen it, and it does sort of break my heart. People spend just so much money buying every expensive pencil that they can get their hands on, hoping it will make them a better colorist. And the problem is it won't. It just won't. The only thing that will make you a better colorist is to sit down and color. Now, that said, if you are the type that wants to always, have every tool, that's perfectly fine. If your pocketbook will allow that, I encourage it. In fact, if you can, because that means that there will, be people making new and innovative coloring mediums. But I've always enjoyed the idea of mastering, of mastery, I guess, of mastering a particular. Okay, package is still in transit, expected delivery on the 13th, which would be Tuesday. Sorry. Okay. Barb, thank you for letting me know. I will be, yeah, and that's just it, Daryl Lynn. And if we just don't have to have every damn thing that comes out. There's, I guess maybe I'm operating on there are children starving on the streets in America actually right now. Well, we like to think that there aren't children starving in the streets, but there are certainly families. Speaking of which, oh my gosh, my neighbor. I have a neighbor who has a boyfriend who works for an unnamed grocer. How about that? And because of the laws, the way they're written, there are a lot of food items that when they hit a certain date, they cannot. This company sends out a lot of, or does a lot of delivery and a lot of mail, right? They aren't allowed to send it out anymore. So he brings boxes of food and home to his boyfriend, my neighbor, who then distributes them about to people that he knows are on limited incomes or or whatever. And so this, 1 week he showed up with a box. Let's see, I want to put what color there. I think I'm going to go back to this green and put that in right here because this book is going this way. So the 1 week he showed up with all that produce. Oh my goodness, there were raspberries and blueberries and strawberries and kiwi and bags of lemons and apples and all of this. And so I was just a, slicing and dicing and freezing fool with all of that. And then I want to make this one sort of I want to make that the green. I think I'm going to make that one the green as well. No, you know what? I think maybe I will make that one closer to a brown. All right, let's use some of this since it's already on my palette. We'll just sort of mix this together. So anyway, and it was wonderful because, produce like that is the expensive berries and stuff like that are, they're just a little outside my range. So, so I don't typically buy them. Let's see, on, what was it? Late Sunday night, because he always seems to do this on Sundays. Late Sunday night last week, he brought over a box of snacks. Now, this also is something that I typically don't buy, mostly because, they're I've never been a big potato chip or cookie or, well, cookies, yes, but not potato chips eater. But inside this box, and I wrote it down because it's so funny. There was regular butter and cashew butter. There were bagels. There was a bottle of kefir. Now, I haven't bought a bottle of kefir in I don't know how long, and I love it, of course. There were 4 different kinds of crackers, including graham crackers. 3 different kinds of cookies, pita chips, potato chips, popcorn, applesauce, and cranberry juice, all in this box. So I'm like, oh my goodness. He says, oh, you haven't seen anything yet. He said, wait till tomorrow night. So, excuse me. Let me just say that my freezer is now full of dinners, of microwave dinners, lean cuisine, healthy choice, the I don't remember, the Eel brand. Oh, but things like butternut squash lasagna. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. To die for. To absolutely die for. So, I can no longer claim starving because there's now enough food in this house to last me through winter, I think. He is one of those he's just one of those people that he cannot stand to see food go to waste, for one thing. Now, this is all stuff, by the way, before anybody says, oh yeah, but they could donate that to food banks and stuff like that. Yes, but they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. Once it reaches a certain date, it can't even go to the food bank, which is why, he bills. And this, by the way, is a company that takes a whole lot of heat for having a CEO that's worth, like gajillions of dollars. And yet they manage to find ways to give away hundreds of millions of dollars worth of food every year. Because they do send, they send it by the truckload to the food banks and stuff like that as well. So, Okay, so there are my books, except for this one. This one is a thin volume. It's sort of stuck in there. I don't think that's a book. I think that is maybe that is a spyglass. Um, it does make me feel secure to know that there are people like that in the world, Kathy, especially right now. I I saw something on YouTube that just disturbed the heck out of me. It was a woman. She was ranting, and she was at a public meeting, and she was calling for our current administration to become a dictatorship, to get to be able to close down um, the Senate and the Congress, and and so that things could actually get done. In other words, just completely give up on the three equal branches of government, and um, and there were, and what that wasn't, what she said wasn't disturbing. The fact that a room full of people stood up on their feet and applauded her, that was what was disturbing. Among them being Steve Bannon. And that sort of, that just sort of, because there's a guy with a devious mind. Sorry. And I'll get off that horse right now. But okay. All right, so now we need to think about our wood pieces. Now I have this sort of pictured as sort of a blonde wood tree. But on the other hand, I don't want it to, to blend too much in with. Izzy? Oh, good. I'm sorry. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. No, sorry. Shame on me. Stop it, Christine. All right, but on the other hand, this is, yeah, we got to go dark wood here. I think we've got to go dark wood for our little library town here, because we've got steps going up. Oh, look, we've got a little kitty. Wait. Can you see the little kitty? Oh, look how cute he is. There's my little kitten. And yes, this is the same one this is the same one, just like the one I sent to Sammy. And yes, they are available on Amazon. And yes, there is a link in one of my most recent videos, but it's in the comments for a lady who asked for it. All right, so what else have we got going on here? This is the thing that I think looks more like it's a pen. Ah, okay. It's actually, see, it's a pen. All right, so now we know what that is. I can't really read any of these titles. Yeah, the titles are, I don't think that these ones, unlike the ones in some of his drawings, these ones aren't really intended to be read. Arrested off the coast of New England, taken off his boat and charged with some kind of financial crimes. Woo-hoo! Thank you, Steve Bannon. Nanimo. I'm sorry. That's that there are people that are scary, and that guy's a Goebbels. That's a scary guy. Okay, so this is a little kitten. So what color is our little kitten going to be? We don't know because we got to do the wood first. So, once again, going back to my little palette here. Now, to give you an idea, let me just find this and this. Okay. All right, a little tissue and so what I'm gonna, I don't need to, but I want to show you, of course, how easy this is with Inktense. You just, and not on your work, you just spray it like this, right? And it cleans right off. So this is all the Derwent Inktense that you actually need. All right. Are these colors here. And once again, this set, you know, a set of 12 Inktense pencils is in fact available. So, and you can do exactly the same thing with just a, you know, just take it right off the pencil with your water brush. That water brush is going to need some water soon because pretty soon it's going to start putting out way too much water. So let me do that. Let me throw a little bit of, let me throw just a little bit of water in there because I know this water brush at just about this point it'll start to flood water on the page. So let me come up just like that, and I will be right back. Okay. And there we go. And this beautiful sign was made for me by Shara, or moderator Shara, by her sister Shannon. I always like to point that out because it is so creative. She used some of my coloring books items, colored them in, and then used them in a cut and paste collage and did the hand lettering on that and all of that. Oh, no worries, Heather. Yeah, it's yeah, and boy, I'll tell you what, to those who don't follow American politics, bless you, because I just, you know, right now it's just a little on the scary side. I just, you know, I don't like unknown. I mean, I don't, and that's just it. We just at this point in time we're sort of we're in a big unknown situation. So, all right, so there's my brown. And I want to warm that up by adding a little bit of what? Let's try some yellow ochre to start with. Not too much. I just want it to be a little bit lighter than that dark brown. Okay. So let's see where we are with this. If this is a good dark or a good wood color. And of course I started too low because I'm going to need to work on top of this. As far as work above it. Okay. When I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating here. I don't want to. All right, that is a string. I'm going to need to remember that that's there later. And I'll hit that with a little gold gel pen. Okay. And then we'll go this way. And I will look up at chat in just a second. Of course, those folks who attend my streams regularly know how terrible I am at paying attention to chat. But usually, if somebody really needs me, someone will ding me on my phone, and then I'll look up and go, oh. Okay. Let's see, can you see? Are we blurry? Because you know nothing drives me crazier than blurry. I think we're okay. Sue Gaines feeling tired going down a... Okay, Sue, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, and thank you for being here, my dear. Okay. And for your lovely encouragements on making sure that I finish this book or this drawing. I think that was you, wasn't it? Please finish it. Or, please continue doing it. Okay, so this, I'm not entirely happy. I think that I kind of like this dark wood over here, but this is inside, and this is sort of closer up. So I can always darken it up. That's just it. If you decide that you do not like the color, you can always change it in some way or fashion. So, our little book town. Who lives in our little book town? Because we're going to get to our little residences here in just a second. Let's see. Look, there's a book right up there that I didn't get. See, this is where you start to realize all the areas that you missed. Excuse me. And yes, it is raining. How did you know? It's been overcast all day yesterday. It rained. All day today it's been gloomy, and now it's raining again. Okay, there we go. All right, so there are, do we have any wood that goes down further? All right, so now we can look to these, into the trees, like that. Okay, so now, all right, so that's, okay, we've still got, oh wait, do I have any wood? Yes. Sorry, we have the wood here at the top. What we need to do I almost want to warm that up with a gold, and that's just it. If I decided I want to warm this up, I can put a layer of yellow ochre alone on top of it, and it will warm it into a probably a richer color of wood, which I may end up doing. Although I'm trying to keep my colors sort of subtle and save my pops for the places where I believe that there is light. Like this thing looks like, I know it's not one, but it looks like a little bit of a TARDIS type thing. It's more of it's a bell. It's a bell light, kind of a light of some kind that's hanging off by a little hook. It's hanging off this thing, which is concrete and weirdly bent. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but okay. So let's pop that out by making it something unusual, like let's see here. I think maybe if we pop it with, can we pop it with blue? Can we make it blue? Let's see, that's that color blue. Let's add just the tiniest bit of black to that. That's going to be a hard, it's going to be hard to see on there because of it's green, but it's actually blue. So let's see. I think I may have just simply succeeded in disappearing it. Yeah, I think I did. All right, let's try a little straight blue. See if we can't bring it back. And now, one of the things that I am doing is I am counting on the fact that this is grayscale and that Colin has put in all of this lovely shading to sort of save me when I go wrong. And once again, you can, Inktense doesn't really lift off. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to wait for that to be dry before I know exactly what has happened there. But at least I've made it visible, and I popped it out, and it is not, it isn't, you know what I mean. I need to make this a color. It looks like a dice or a die. And I think what I'll do is I'll just make it a little bit sort of toned down. A little toned down orange. Right there. Because then I can add, I'll just leave that. All right, now our little cat. Our little cat. What color do we want our little cat to be? I don't know, but he's got some books. He's got cat-sized books hanging out behind him. So what do we want to do for that? Let's pull in a little bit of that color and mix it with a little bit of this dark green to make it somewhat different. And then just barely tap that in with the very corner of the brush back there behind the kitty cat. The little minute details. Hello, Jonna. How are you? Joanna, sorry. Oh, yeah, boy, I'll tell you what. Oh, terrific. Hi, Maria. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody who is here for being here. I apologize if I have not individually greeted you. And I do ask that you bear with me with that. You know, I'm sometimes good at it and sometimes not. Today, with concentrating on these little bits of area. All right, so I want the kitty to be an, oh, do I want him? He's a big fluffy kitty. He's a fluffy kitty. What kind of kitty is he? He looks like, Maria, I believe that there are still copies available through an Etsy shop. And oh, this book is, sorry. The thing about it is this book is out of print. And it's Colin Thompson's coloring book. Is a book we're working on. And there is an Etsy shop. And I know that Shara, if you still have that link, if the book is still available through that link, would you put it in? But it is, the colors are some of the pictures are also available in a special edition of Coloring Heaven magazine out of the UK. And I'll tell you what, Coloring Heaven is, I have one right here. I can speak to the quality of the magazine. It is wonderful. Hang on, let me find my there. Yeah. All right. This is the only one that I have. We're on a rabbit trail. Okay. So this is the only one that I have. And it is the one that featured Anastasia Koldareva's dragons. But it is an absolutely gorgeous book. And this is the way that they're laid out. You know, they're laid out single side and beautiful. But it's available through Anthem Publishing. And so you can, if you can't find the book itself, which is really wonderful, and I only own one. I couldn't find one. I even wrote to the publisher, but this Etsy shop had apparently them, and Shara had two, and so she sent me one. Actually, she had two of the Coloring Heavens, and she offered to send me one of those, and I was just so delighted. Kevin, you can order the Coloring Heavens by the single issue, but only as long as they're still in print. They sell out. So once they sold out, then they don't reprint them. But it's $15.99 delivered. That includes the postage here to America. So, yeah. And there is no English version. There's no American version. To the best of my knowledge, there is no American version of this book. But you can order it through or get it through an Etsy shop. Now, whether or not it's being printed and it's only at Etsy because there isn't other distribution for it, I don't know. I cannot imagine that that is the case, considering what a wildly wonderful book it is. Okay. And back down to the task. Rabbit trail followed. I love that. I love that that little graphic that that Dee Dee has about the guy sent her about the two little rabbits wearing little signs, Rabbit Trail 1 and Rabbit Trail 2. And the guy sitting at the desk that says, somebody, Dee Dee says, I have to watch out for you or something like that. Watching for rabbit trails. Okay. So we were trying to decide, sorry. We weren't trying to decide. I was trying to decide on the color for my little, all right. So I am going to make him, I want him to be orange ochre, and then I want to add just the tiniest bit of the red for a true orange cat. There we go. Cute little orange cat sitting in the window. All right, now our book labels need labels, don't they? Let's see. All right, I want those to be that pretty green. So what did we do? We took that green and we added some of that orange. Ooh, look at that. And we ended up with another interesting shade of green. Let's try that for our trees. We're sort of the deep part of our trees. It wasn't originally going to be for that. Okay, so now I've just sort of made that like that. And then I'm going to, it was actually originally for this. But that's not really the color that I wanted. So I think that what I need to do is add a little yellow to get it to be more of a pea green. Yes, that's the color I want right there. Maybe a little bit of orange. And you don't have to worry about, this, because you can just wipe that off. The fact that you've got different colors on the thing. All right, so this, yes, that's much better. That is much, much better. So that's this set of books. Now, this set of books tells the story of Well, let's see. They look like textbooks, so maybe maybe they're medical journals. Maybe this is the doctor's office. All right, now we're going to let that dry. And once that is dry, I'm going to use gold gel pen to outline and make, yeah, Busy World. I think that was, yeah, no, it's not the same as this. And Maria, I get it. Yeah, I completely get it because I did exactly the same thing. I did not buy it when I could have. It was available through Book Depository at the time. I balked a little at the price, and I shouldn't have. But thank goodness, that that I was saved. Kenny, hello, my dear, and welcome. It is always good to see you, and Heather, hello, and to all of the folks who've come in that I have not personally greeted. Once again, please accept my apology. Don't take it personally. You know how I am. I get to and but I do read back. I watch back the stream. Oh, look, when I was doing my blue over here, nobody yelled at me and said, "Hey, Christine." Oh no, look, this is green now. That's okay. Because it'll just make it look like the light is a little different right over here. I need to get that off the brush. Okay, so now and that one's going to be, let's make it orange. Let's make it straight yellow ochre. The title on this one. Why? I don't know. Just to get it out of the way, I guess. Could have made it a different color. I think I would have liked it if it was just a little bit lighter, but I can always wait to see what it looks like when it's dry. All right, this was that other volume of that. So let's do this. Now I'm going to lighten this up even further with a little more yellow. And then I'm going to use it to tap in some light on these trees. Holding my breath. There. Ta-da! Okay, whoops. We need to get that down in there. I'll add just a tiny bit there. Okay. Now, let's see here. See if I can get that to smooth out a little bit. A lot of times, if it's blotchy like that, it'll be because the pigment hasn't, I mean, it is completely dissolved, but You can smooth it out just a little bit. And then I can take that. Give that one a slightly contrasting title block. Okay, now these pages here, we need to little red tabs maybe. This is the little red tab book. Now I could have done those all different shades. But you'll just have to imagine that they are, so this is gold. Age to those pages. Just like that. All right, and Etsy's edition, okay. States artist edition on Etsy of Wild Soul. Yes, Joanna Christine makes me. Yes. Well, get it out, guys. Am I in focus? My vision is now gone permanently blurry, and so I don't know if I'm decently focused or not. Usually, all I have to do to get my vision to come back, in all honesty, is to laugh. There it is, right there. When I laugh, my vision comes back. I discovered that a couple of days ago. I was working on something. I could not get my vision to come back at all, or my focus to snap. And that you can't, it's hard to draw when your focus is gone, or when your ability to focus is gone, or blurry, because all you're seeing is blurs and double lines and all of that. So, but I was listening to something on the radio actually, and it made me laugh. And so, it was just like that. My vision, my focus, my vision, you know what I mean? My ability to focus snapped back on. All right, now we've got a pen here, and I need to decide what color this pen is, because I want this pen to be bright and I want you to see it. So in order for that to happen, it's going to have to be red. So we're going to make a red pen, right? We're not going to pussyfoot around with it. We're just going to make the darn thing red. We're not going to tap it out. We're just going to let it dry, just like that. We definitely want it to be in there. All right, now let's take some yellow. See if we can get rid of the green. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just getting rid of this. All right, and then I'm going to make my water really happy by making it very, very yellow. just wanted to clean off. Now, I could squeeze all the water out to get, and get my brush clean that way, but then I'd have to get up and refill the thing again, and I don't want it. I don't want to do that. Okay. So now, I've got my lights here. Whoops. Let's get it under the camera. All right, so this is my sun, but I've sort of used all right. I don't want my yellow sunlight to be, or my interior light to be quite as bright as sunlight. Now I'm trying to prove, of course, that, and I think the only way to do this is with, yes, I think that's the way to do it, is just simply by thinning this one out. Let's find out. So we want interior lights to be on in these houses. Might as well go for this guy too. And pull that off of there. Okay, there is a little bit of light here as well. All right, and let's see here. That is a dark window, so we don't need to worry about that one. That is the light windows. I can't believe that we're only getting this little teeny section here. That also is a dark window, but this is a light window. But we don't know what that window goes to. But it's light on the inside. We could make it blue, but I think that we will go ahead and just make it yellow for right now. And I am also going to make this yellow right here for right now, even though I'm going to make, ultimately, I want these to be the pink glass. Okay, so that was yellow. I'm going to let that dry. Then I'm going to mix up a, just like, see over here, I did these purple glass. I did these green glass. I almost like the green glass better. I don't think I want to do the checkerboard glass. It could just be clear glass, but like this one is clear glass. I don't know. I have to wait and see what my people tell me. All right, now we have a patch of blue sky going on back here because some of these places, of course, give us a glimpse into the blue sky going on. And so we've got to decide what they are and where they are and, whether or not they're someplace that we want to go. And so there's a little patch of blue sky that you can see in that other world, the one that's behind this world. And if you're just tuning in, no, I haven't gone crazy. We are, in fact, creating little worlds here That's what we do at CLAldridgeArt. We go on coloring adventures and we create wonderful little worlds. All right, so now I'm going to add just the tiniest bit. Just maybe another bit. There we go. We want these to be maybe a little bit of stormy gray skies there. Okay. And then we'll pull that in and add a little blue around in there. So is it stormy or is it gray? Now we're going to add just a little bit of yellow. Now that didn't quite turn out how I wanted, but it's all part of the story. So, maybe the sun is setting and then you can see the last of the yellow rays and the dark sky is starting to show up. You see, there are no mistakes in art. There's only the magic of art. That's all there is. It's just the magic of art. Okay. Now this, what color rock is this? Or what color brick is that? Oh, look, I have a title that I have not filled in. We need a little bit of this sort of ochre orange for that. Right there. Now this will begin, by the way. When you color in this book in particular, I need that. Where is that magenta? How did I get that magenta? I used the red or the purple, right? And then I added some red. Is that what I did? Is that how I got that pretty magenta? Yeah. Okay. Because we want just tapping it out until I get enough of it off. I want that one to be magenta. Okay, yeah. There we go. So we're creating these little worlds. Oh, look, and see, this is why it's really important to, even if you're I know that it's really hard for some people to live with the mess of a palette like that, but if you discover that you missed someplace, you've still got that color on your palette that you can then use. So I used to be one of those that I'd mix a color, but because I don't like to look at the mess of a used palette, I've seen watercolorists who just their palette makes my anxiety level just go, yeah. But there's a reason for it. There's a really good reason for it. Okay, now we've also got, apparently that is, look, right here, we've got a little coffee cup. What kind of coffee cup do we want? You have to take the lid off to get it back in there, Christine. Oh, well. Okay. What kind of coffee cup? Maybe a little pink coffee cup? Why not? We'll make you pink. A little red coffee cup. Okay, now we have, we can see, I'm just looking for ways. All right, so there is some of this sort of weird yellow color. And so we'll make some of that. We'll mix some of this magenta with that weird yellow color. And make sort of a weird red color, sort of an aged color for this door. Okay. Yeah, a little red door right there. And maybe, let's see here. No, I think this needs to, oh, there we go. All right, so that's wood. All right, we'll just, because that's a little teeny tiny space. Okay, now there's a window back there. So we need a little, I mean, you can just see like one little pane of glass. But it is, there's somebody living back there. Hang on, everybody. I know it's supposed to be a color in chat, and I'm not chatting. Flaky pastry and crumbly. Oh, love it. Flaky pastry, crumbly short crust. That's hard to say. And oh, my little stories. All right. I just have fun. It is just, life is, we've just got so much real life that we're dealing with right now that I just, it's just so much easier to just not deal with it. All right. I am making a little bit more of my color here. And I'm going to water it down because I have decided that I want to go ahead and add that in as if it's part of this building. Okay, and I think that is, all right, that is that for right there. I've got to decide what is going on right here. Oh, maybe that is, yeah. I've got a little space here. I don't know what it is. I bet you Colin didn't know what it was either. Because it doesn't really make any sense. So let's make it a part of, the brilliant sunsets. All right, wait, let's see if we can tap some of that out. Ooh, don't go too far, Christine. Pull it off. Suck it up. There you go. There you go. So now it looks a little more like part of, can you even see what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. like part of the brilliant sunset that's going on down here into this sky. Let's see here. Now this brick section is actually part of this part of the building, which is a different part than this. See, the bricks are completely different. And so this is wood. Okay, so I need to make up some more of my wood color. Let's pull in a little of this magenta over here. Maybe a little bit more brown. And that's not bad. That's not a bad color. Not a bad color right there at all. All right, so now let's do and I really think, all right, and then that also is a little wood shelf as opposed to a just let that soak in. I'm not going to change the color on that. Just trying to which parts are wood and which are stone. So this is wood. And oops. And this is wood. Let's see, right there. So is this. All right. All of, let's go ahead and do some of this. This. Yeah, I like, I need a little more brown in that. I do need a little brown. Make that just a little bit darker. Let's see. And then another one down here. Let me know if I'm getting too far off the page. Okay, so there's that. You have to, the thing about coloring any kind of detailed work, even if you end up having to use a magnifying glass, because there are a lot of people, like this is probably as tiny as I could ever work. But there are a lot of people who cannot work this tiny. And so if you end up needing to use a magnifying glass to do this, then use the magnifying glass. Don't deny yourself. Don't deny yourself the pleasure of the torture of the gajillion, and I do mean gajillion. All I can say is he must draw these on a much bigger scale. Please tell me he draws these on a much bigger scale. And that they're then shrunk down for this, for
use in the use in the making the puzzles and because his artwork was not really, it wasn't really intended for a coloring book market. It was intended for, because he is a book illustrator and from with wildly successful, and much anticipated jigsaw puzzle releases. And this is the thing about art is that you might draw it for one particular, contract, but then provided you haven't sold the copyright on it, you can still license it for use in other genres. The first time the newspaper asked me to sign a contract that said that they could keep, that they had the rights to my work, I was like, I don't think so. Not in this lifetime, guys. I was asked early on to draw a set of Sunday supplement coloring pages for the newspaper. And they would appear in the Sunday supplement for customers to, of course, color every week. That's, in fact, that's how the bird series, whoops, guys, when I do that, you just yell and scream at me. That's how the bird series ended up. That's how I ended up doing the bird series. That's why I did it. Which, of course, when I pulled out of the contract, I had done the bird series as the intro, and so that gave me what I needed to be able to release Flowers and Flyers. Okay, so, all right, so there's that. And I realize that I've gone off on this wood, but that's only because I've got this color already mixed, and we might as well take advantage of the fact that it is. Notice how I'm being really good about not turning the book, right? I'm trying. I'm learning. It's actually much easier for me to do with a paintbrush than it is with than it is to try and color it with pencils. And it is 3:51. I cannot believe it already. How is it possible that 2 hours, guys, just flies by? At least for me, it flies by. I hope that for you, it flies by as well. Not allowed to yell, and you are so in this book, you don't mention us. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Corolla. Are you feeling especially neglected? Let me, I should say hello to you and to Baloo and to Baloo and to Gizmo and to Marley. And let's see, Marley is, of course, Susan's dog, whose, cute little face is just adorable. And to everybody who's here that I have not said hello to. And oh wow. All your wow. Good for you, Kenny. I'm so you know what? I am really glad that you are getting to spend time with Bailey as well. Okay. But I do also know that it's probably pretty challenging to entertain a kid all the time. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, look. Okay. Yes, we can use this. We can use this because maybe this is different wood stairs coming down. Yeah, because look. Oh, I see. This is okay. Yeah, that's good because this is the tie. All right, that's the tie that's holding up this world. That's right. All right, I remember us talking about that. All right, so we did not get nearly as far with this as I had hoped that we would, but that just means that I will try again. See, the the issue with the pre-records is this: I have to think up a sort. I mean, here I can look up and and see something on the screen and have something to chat about or to pull my mind back from wherever it's going. The When I'm by myself, in order to color, I have to be in a peaceful mood, which means no TV or no, I don't watch TV, but no news, no, no politics, no news, no outrage, no uh, anything like that, because otherwise I just end up saying stuff that I regret, and I end up having to toss the film anyway. Excuse me. I don't think I've had so much as a sip of coffee since I started here. It's good and hot. I can tell you that. Thank you, Susie. That's that little coffee warmer makes me think of Susie every single time. I'm just adding a little because I kind of missed a spot right there. So even though it's not exactly the same brown, it will just sort of blend in. Oh, and then there. Okay, now that is something that I did miss. So let's pull some yellow. get sort of a roughly brick color. See, now I originally, okay, so that would work because that's sort of a shadowy area. Oh, look, we've got another book that we could see. Let's try the magenta there. Okay, because I messed that up. And that means that I could use just a little bit of the yellow. And the thing about ink, though, when you are mixing a color to use in a little teeny weeny area like this, it is still really a good idea to make sure that your brush is clean. And the reason, of course, is because especially ink tints, they have a tendency to wick up and really hold. And unlike water, they hold in the brush and you end up with them for a really long time. So I guess what I'm saying is always clean your brush between your colors and you won't end up making mud. Okay. One more. I need a little gold ochre for right there. Go ahead and use that kind of. I took it a little too far. Yellow ochre. Yeah. Okay. You can just tap off just a tiny bit. Just a little gold title on that book, which I had forgotten. Okay, but you sort of get the idea of, the sort of splotchy green trees. You just mix up different colors. Now, this is one of the real beauties of not only ink tints, but any kind of water medium in general, is that you can just mix a myriad of colors without having to, to have every color under the rainbow. As long as you adhere to some sort of, some bit of color therapy, like, the stuff that you learned in grade school. There are 5 primary colors. In actuality, there are 3 really sort of main colors that do make up every other color, and that is magenta, cayenne blue, and yellow. With those 3, a computer printer can literally make infinite numbers of colors. 360. I don't know of a set that big. That's obviously not infinite, but then you get tones up and down the scale you can adjust with white or black. So even just the fact that you know that red and blue make purple, and yellow and red make orange, and then if you want your orange to be a little bit duller, try mixing up a yellow and blue into a green. Mix that with your orange a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, and it will pull your orange down. And so you can just, well, exactly. Copics come in 358. Yes. And isn't that convenient? And I'll bet you have them all. And I tease Sarah a lot. She did buy something cool this week, which uh, which I love, is and that's that Yeti thing. Uh, but I think that I have always thought that that sort of vacuum seal technology is very cool. That keeps stuff hot and cold. Anyway, everybody, as you know, I do like to make sure that I clear the way for anybody who is streaming at 4 o'clock. It used to be Joe Bath. I don't know if it has anybody has taken that time slot yet or not, but Kenny, thank you, honey, for being here. Hugs to you, to Joe, to Bailey, the people that I know. Take care of yourself, and always, everybody here, please be careful out there. We are, despite despite words to the contrary from our leadership, this is a virus that kills people, and so take care of yourself, the people that you love, and and hopefully help everybody else as well. Uh, until we meet again, please. Oh, and vote early if you're an American. Please, and you have the opportunity to vote early or make sure that you are planning to vote. Whatever party you're voting for, vote. Because not only is it the national election, but remember that you have all of your local elections as well, to which your vote is so important. So until we meet again, please play in your books and color something pretty. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.